Welcome to EX Podcast, the only video game podcast on the internet.
The only one.
The only one. My name is Jeffrey David Sabalkin. I go by Leon, but you can call me Jeffy if you'd like. And today's guest here is my wonderful girlfriend.
Hi, it's Jennifer Footsies Ross here. Thank you so much for having me, Leon.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on. And I hope you're ready for a good time.
Definitely.
So this is episode 1, and I just want to get this out on the table. This is a video game podcast. Our focus is video games. If you're not a true gamer, please leave the room right now. Make sure that you've played at least one good game in your life. That would be nice. But before we get into it, I just want to bring up a few important people in my life. You may recognize this from Choose My Own Adventure podcast with Mark and Amanda Osborne, our wonderful buddies. You can see us over at choosemyownadventurepodcast.com. And all of our music that's going to be in this podcast is provided by my friend Michael Fox.
Thank you, Michael Fox.
Wonderful fighting game player who is very topical for this episode.
Yeah.
And also a really great composer. You can check his stuff out on SoundCloud. His name is Ambassador Fox, and Fox is with 2 X's. I'd also like to thank Mr. Video Games, the creator of all video games.
It's true. He was the origin of video games and the fountain of video games.
Yeah, he's still creating video games for us this day. Sometimes he creates bad games because he hates us.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, he died for our sins.
Yeah.
So we deserve a bad game every once in a while.
Right. I'm looking at you, Watch Dogs. So I had to call Watch Dogs.
It's a call-out post here. This is a call-out podcast.
Yeah, it's a call-out podcast, yeah. I'm going to make people angry, but I'm not trying to. All right, so I just want to go over a little bit about what not to expect out of me as your host, because you're going to be hearing a lot of my really annoying voice, and I'm going to have different guests
This is a good start. You're selling yourself.
Oh, I'm not afraid and ashamed of who I am.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, okay.
He's a really positive person, though.
That's
honestly.
True. I'm very much so am. So you're never going to hear, or I'm going to try really hard, never to start an episode with, "Hey guys, welcome to Video Game Man here. I'm here to review Mushroom
podcast.
1-Up podcast.
Please like and subscribe."
Yeah, I'm not going to do the YouTube shit. Not a big fan of that personally. I know the Game Grumps and all of them are really popular. Do your thing, guys. Not a fan. I just enjoy video games as like a personal thing. So it's just not. This is my first foray into like sharing it with the world.
You probably just aren't a big fan of the hyper fixation celebrity.
I'm just a guy, and like everyone, games is just a hobby. It's like not that important, but it's really fun. So like, just chill out. And then the next thing that I want to say is this is not a video game history channel. Video games are not history really, because I grew up with them. They're not that old. Please read a book about women's rights or something, like actual history. I work at a video game store called Planet Fun, which I love dearly. I've got a massive video game collection. I really love video games. And I love working at a video game store, but it is the most infuriating thing for me to deal with is when someone comes up and regurgitates Egoraptor facts at me like they're facts, and it's just opinion, and it's really obnoxious. Just enjoy the game as either a piece of art or something that you really like. It's really not that important at the end of the day. It's a cool piece of our culture, but it's not that important. There's a lot of other things. So I just want to like put that on the table. I love games dearly, but there are a lot of other things that are more important to know your history about. Let's just get that on the table there.
Yeah, that's a really fair opinion.
Yeah. And then let's see. So the other big thing that I want to just cover before we get a little crazy up in here is I'm going to have different opinions than you, and that's okay. It's like all right to have different opinions. Like just because I don't like Call of Duty and I think that it's a bad game, in my personal opinion, doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just my opinion. So if I ever say anything on the podcast that you disagree with, you're welcome to comment on that or talk about it
and open up a discussion. Yeah, we're interested in that.
I'm not trying to fire shots. I just am a human being with tastes that are different than yours maybe, and I just want to that's what kind of person I am. So I just want to put that out.
I think
for the listeners.
One thing that's interesting that maybe we can just vocalize at the start of this is I think the only strong bias that we have is emphasizing kind of the art form that video games are, and also supporting the artists behind video games. I think that's the only thing that we'd ever have a strong stance on.
Like you'll probably hear out through the episodes like my very strong stance against emulation and things like that like disturb it as an art form. But anyways, that brings me to sort of the final point I want to make before we get into the fun stuff, which is my personal philosophy on video games. I use this analogy at my job all the time, which is video games are like a delicious plate of your favorite food.
Yay, spaghetti!
But if you eat that food out of a bowl or off a plate, it doesn't matter.
Spaghetti in a bowl, spaghetti in a plate.
Right. If there's a good game on Xbox, even if you're a diehard Nintendo fan like myself, play the good game on Xbox.
Spaghetti in an Xbox.
Yeah, like Cuphead coming out, for instance. That game looks really fun. If the game comes out and it sucks and this episode's already out, I take that back. But yeah, I mean, it's a Microsoft game. I'm not a big Microsoft guy, but I definitely own Xbox. And I play Xbox games a lot less than Sony and Nintendo and Steam. But hey, there's some good stuff. So
it's a thing.
Do your thing.
Definitely.
So yeah, exactly. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. All right. So today's topic is about fighting games.
Woo!
I wanted to start episode 1 about fighting games because I really love fighting games. If anyone knows me personally,
yep,
I'm really into them. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that it's a very specific audience type of game, so I wanted to go ahead and get this done episode 1. We'll probably be talking about fighting games in the future because I can't stay away from them.
It's true. It inspires him.
Yeah, it does inspire me.
Wakes him up in the morning.
Yes. I just want, I don't know. They just really speak to me. The competition.
Yeah.
I got into fighting games casually in arcades as a kid, but I didn't ever really want to spend money on them because, to have them at home, because it's just like, oh, well, it's not like a full game. It's not like Mario Brothers or Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, probably when you were a kid, you didn't have people at your house all the time to play fighting games with constantly. And when you were in the arcade, you were like 5 and had 2 quarters. So
yeah, and exactly. And I just thought they were cool. And then I came to college and I got my
suddenly.
Yeah, and I got my bitch ass whooped, and then I wanted to whip some bitch ass.
Yep, that's a good way to put it.
Because that's what college is for.
Yeah, getting your ass kicked. Actually, too real. Ooh.
Yeah. So cool thing about fighting games, if you've not really played a lot of them, the coolest things in my opinion is they forge competition, personal determination, rivalries, sometimes good, sometimes bad, and some great freaking music.
Yeah, that really adds to the fighting game hype, but I never really understood or got into fighting games authentically. I don't know if that's the word, until I met you.
Yeah.
And I really understood the appeal of them. I like them on a party game level.
Yeah, and if you at any point are like, fighting game music's okay, just go to YouTube and Google
Guile's theme?
Yeah, no, go to YouTube and Google Guile's theme goes with anything. Specifically Google on YouTube. But yeah,
Jesus.
No. Yeah. But no. Go there, look up Guile's theme goes with anything. That song is iconic. And Smash Brothers 4 has not a bunch, but a few Street Fighter songs in it. So if you play Smash and not Street Fighter or other fighting games, probably familiar with it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, some of the retro, like the Project Justice and the Power Stone, and there's just some good tunes. Because I mean, when you're comboing the shit out of your free ass friend, you've got to make sure that there's some good tunes going on.
Yeah, dude.
And even if you could care less about fighting games, I want to encourage you guys to seek out a fighting game that you might enjoy, even if it's a casual fighting game, and then see if there's a community in your area for that. Because the thing about video games is playing online, you can meet people and having friends over to your house to play them. But if you are into fighting games, you can travel places, go to tournaments, meet new people. And if you're a person that has a hard time making friends or getting out there, it's a really good community. I mean, it's a rough around the edges community, I'm going to say that. But
yeah, there are definitely some shit turds.
There's some shit turds, and we're going to talk about those shit turds later. But yeah.
I mean, me as a very small, when I first started, afraid girl, in a group of huge sweaty guys, I was really welcomed, and there are a lot of really sweet people out there willing to just help you learn things, which it is just a new skill, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's something you have to it's different than other games. You have to put in time. It's a skill, and it's something that the more you practice, the better you get.
Yeah.
And if you have good players in your area, you will get better quickly. And if they can teach you how to play the game properly from the get-go. Some of the best players I've ever met are people who have never played a fighting game before, and then they were taught by people who have been doing it their whole lives, and so therefore they don't have all those bad habits.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, has it been a year that ESPN has been showing Street Fighter?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, on television. So it's just a sport, like the appeal behind sports, right? Anything competitive. Is also relevant in fighting games.
And I also want to say we're going to be bringing up like Street Fighter a lot because
that's a fighting game of choice, I think, amongst
us
too.
For me personally, like I'm a competitive Street Fighter 5 player, and I also really love the Smash Brothers series, but I also like enjoy. True. I've been playing Tekken and ARMS and like a bunch of other fighting games and retro stuff too. So I'm going to use Street Fighter 5 and some games like it as like a lot of a reference, but it doesn't mean this episode's all about different fighting games. It's just a very relevant one currently. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit before we get into the questioning, talking about like our favorite games. Is fighting games, unlike some other games, has a lot of terminology in it, and you might go to a tournament and hear some squeaky little dude who has like, you know, the best fighting game record in your area just be like, oh man, you missed your dragon punch on wake up, and you didn't DP properly, and
what the fuck.
Yeah, like what are those words that they're using? And like essentially fighting games have a lot of abbreviations of things that mean it's like a cryptic language.
It's really intense because when I first entered, like I have always been a nerd, middle school, high school, but God, when I went and hung around fighting game people and heard all the terminology, I was like, I just want to beat you up. Yeah. I've never been a bully, but I want to beat up all these nerds because of all your nerd lingo.
Yeah, just suplex the fuck out of some nerds.
Yeah, dude,
I pay to see you do that. All right, so I chose like a top five what the fuck is that word words.
Yeah,
ding, ding, ding.
Kind of more basic ones, which I think are a really good start. I know that suddenly the bullshit that I heard in the room made a lot more sense once you explained, or like I looked up some of the things that you guys were saying. So this is really helpful.
Now, a lot of these terms relate to almost all fighting games, but some fighting games are unique, like Smash Brothers, for instance, and sometimes it doesn't apply to them. But for the most part, a lot of 2D and 3D fighters use these terms. So we're going to start with bread and butters, which are B&Bs for short. You might hear someone say that when you're learning a character.
Bed and breakfast.
Yeah, bed and breakfast. So a B&B is a go-to mover combo. If you're starting out, learn this because not only is it delish, but it's key to domination.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So just like
tasty
all the
bread and butters.
Right?
You toast that bread up, you put some butter on it, and you eat it every match.
Oh my God.
You get crumbs all over you. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like there have been a good amount of crumbs in every fighting game that I've gone to.
This is a situation where it's okay to lick your fingers in public.
Jesus. And then you touch the controller?
Yeah, no one cares.
It's your
They just want to see those B&Bs.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to move on to what a cross-up is. So a cross-up is a bastard move where the defending player has to block the opposite way that they're blocking. So what you do is you usually jump over your opponent and land on them with an attack on the opposite side. It's also extremely fucking rude and a really good way to expose frauds.
So it's just meant to like kind of be ambiguous and right? Take advantage of?
This is something that a game like Smash doesn't have, but you can do like most classic fighting games,
right? Because when you block and Smash, it's just a button and it's not directional.
Shield,
yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, so one of my favorite terms is next, which is download, and this is less to the game but more to the play.
My favorite word involved with my favorite fighting game player,
download.
Infiltration.
Yeah, download, or as Infiltration would call it, a very famous Street Fighter 5 player, download complete, which is a godlike power in which you figure out how your enemy plays the game. Finding out their habits, you can make them play the game how you want, and ultimately spank them in front of a crowd of super cute girls.
Yes,
or
definitely.
Guys, whatever you're into.
Obviously, just like in fighting game tournaments, just filled to the brim with cute little girls, just there for you.
There's like 6 of them.
Hell yeah, 6 girls, and I'm one of them, and I'm taken.
And I will fight you for her.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to that later.
That has definitely happened.
Yeah.
All right, so can I bring up, just in context of that, my beautiful love for Infiltration?
Oh yeah, you want to talk a little bit about Infiltration? Why don't you tell the people your love for Infiltration, her second love in her life?
Yeah, obviously. But Infiltration is a famous, excellent Street Fighter player, and he's won like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money. He plays pretty much only Street Fighter. He's been talking about playing Guilty Gear maybe as well.
Okay. Ooh, too. I like him even more. Mm-hmm. But I met him for the first time at Final Round, I think a couple of years ago, and I heard that he was an amazing player, had watched some footage of him online, just his gameplay. But when I saw him in person, he's just this really humble looking, knit blue sweater, like little balding in the back, cute, like middle-aged guy playing fighting games.
He wears some sweet sweaters.
Yeah, I just love his sweaters. He just looks like really huggable, you know, and he's just really good at playing games. Whenever he's interviewed, he just says like a few words. He's a man of few words.
He speaks, I believe he's Korean, and he also speaks English a little bit. Okay. Enough to converse.
Yeah, that makes sense. English is not his first language, so maybe he's a man of few words, not of choice.
Yeah.
But I just love his mannerisms. He always, at least, is fooling me accurately into thinking that he's incredibly humble for his great strength.
I don't know him too well. I hung out with him once.
Yeah.
At Final Round in Atlanta, Georgia, and he was extremely nice, really helpful. That was before he knew a lot of English, and he's just a good dude. He's one of the few pro players that I feel comfortable around.
Yeah.
So
I want to hold him.
Yeah. All right. So I'll be watching you. Where'd Jen go?
She's holding Infiltration.
Yeah. Just like a little baby. I want to
a baby.
If anyone is a big fighting game fan and also an artist, please draw Jen holding Infiltration like the baby Jesus.
I'm 5'2", but yes, no. See, that's the thing. Like, it's not like I want to date you kind of way. He's married.
He's married. I believe he just got married recently.
Yeah, I just want to hold him and let him know. Yeah, congratulations.
If I could say it in Korean, I would, but he'll probably never listen to this, so.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm confessing my love for him right now.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move on. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
All right, so the next term I want to talk about is Footsies. So Footsies is something cute you can do with that special someone in your life. Or you can turn those little piggies into a high-tier killing tool. Footsies is the act of staying just outside of your opponent's range, but close enough to poke and prod them with safe attacks. And yeah, Footsies that's exactly what it is. Learn it. It's really good. If you don't learn it, you're gonna suck forever. So it's applicable to every game.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of just doing huge HP draining moves, it's just like tiny little attacks.
Yeah, little babies, like light attacks and stuff, or in Smash safe attacks. So the last term that I want to talk about is safe on block.
Okay.
So this one you'll hear a lot by pro players. So this one, kiddies, is what separates the pepperonis from the salamis. It's any move that you can do that when blocked by your opponent is advantageous to you. In simpler terms, they can't do shit. And if they try to do shit, it won't do shit. And then they will eat your shit. Jesus.
Okay, so it's just really good to know, right? And it differs per character?
Yeah, you just have to do some research.
So this is probably higher level stuff because it involves a lot of in-depth research that you need to memorize.
If you ever see anybody be like, "What is that safe on block?" And the other person's just
Nyan's voice.
I'm imitating Nyan, yeah. Yeah. And then someone just chuckles to their side. They're like tee hee hee, and they're playing Balrog or something, or or Kazuya or Yoshimitsu or whatever, and they're like tee hee hee. It's like
I know it and you don't because you're stupid. I went on eventhubs.com and looked up the frame data.
Yeah.
But yeah,
See, I play fighting games and stuff like that. Still makes me want to suplex a nerd. Yeah. But anyway.
So I want to talk a little bit about on the 16th to 18th this month, a big tournament in Orlando, Florida happened called CEO. Stands for Community Effort Orlando. And it was a great tournament. I highly suggest going back and watching the highlight reels, although the stream kicked out a bunch of times, so some of the stuff is not recorded. And that was really unfortunate on Capcom's part.
Yeah, I remember you just raging as that was happening.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate. Apparently it was the hotel internet. But anyway.
Wow, Marriott or whatever it is. I really don't know.
I just wanted to, a bunch of games were played there. Tekken 7, Marvel, Street Fighter, all that kind of stuff. Injustice 2. But being a Street Fighter fan, I want to just sort of like give a little shout out, talk about like who won, all that stuff. So my boy Snake Eyes, he is a Zangief and Akuma player, mostly Zangief. Won. He is amazing. I've been really rooting for him for a long time. His Zangief is god tier. Arguably the best Zangief. I know some people disagree with that, but he won, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really like his Akuma that much, but whatever. And then second,
care less for Akuma.
No, I like Akuma. He's fun.
Oh wait, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But Zangief's so great.
Yeah, Zangief's the
He's
best.
hard to compare.
Yeah. So second place is Punk, PG Punk, and Punk is amazing.
He calls himself the Alpha.
He's been winning like crazy lately. He plays Karen, and Nash, and he eliminated me from final round this year.
Yeah,
and
dude, he
I wasn't even
slapped you.
Yeah, I wasn't even sad about it. He's an amazing player, and it was really great to play him. It was really cool at final round in Atlanta, Georgia this year. I got all the way to the top of my bracket, and I got knocked into losers, and I fought all the way back up, and I did really well. And then I fought Punk, and Punk is he does this as his job.
That's true.
And he is a very dominant, very, very strong player.
Would you say alpha?
I wouldn't go that far. I think he's gonna have to beat me one more time, because he didn't shut me out.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't shut me out. I got a few rounds on him.
Yeah, you got some belly flops on him.
Yeah, I'm pretty all right at the game. All right, so then we'll just go through the other dudes that did really well. Samurai, he plays Akuma, did great. Smug, one of my friend Edwin, he really enjoys Smug. He's a Balrog player. He used to play Dudley in Street Fighter 4.
Balrog, the new Street Fighter dad.
Yeah, that's true.
My favorite development.
The new Street Fighter dad, yeah.
Yeah.
MOV, who played Chun-Li, came in 5th, tied with Zhao Hai, playing Cammy. Then we got Knuckle-Doo, one of my favorites because he plays my character Mika, and also Guile, but he played Mika, and did really well. And Knuckle-Doo is a really great player.
Yeah.
And then Gachi-kun playing Rashid, which is really cool. His Rashid is insane, and Rashid has the best Street Fighter 5 theme song.
Yeah,
so
it's really good.
It's good to hear it. No, well, next to Ed's. I know a lot of people don't like Ed's, but I love like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, Dad. I'm not you. Rap.
Yeah. I have scaredy dreams of M. Bison in the night.
Yeah.
May he not sneak into my soul and defeat me.
Yep. And if you're ever interested in getting into fighting games or seeing what it's about, you can watch all these like big tournaments on like Twitch. Capcom has the thing up, and you can watch your Smash tournaments there, and like other more obscure fighting games. Sometimes they do some old school stuff or like arcade stuff, which is cool. You can also just like go to fighting game websites like Shoryuken.com.
Why watch like basketball when you can watch these instead?
Yeah, exactly.
I do feel that way though.
Yeah, I also feel that way. Not a big sports guy, but I'm an esports guy.
Esports.
And it's not just fighting
League
games
of
too. You can watch all
Legends.
different kinds of esports if you like.
No.
Yeah, Rocket League is a cool one. Or if you like CS:GO or something like that. Yeah, like whatever you're into. All right, so moving on. I want to ask Jen. I want to ask you some questions.
Ask me some questions. I love talking.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to answer them too, and it's going to be fun. And in the future, this is going to be our little question section here at EX Podcast. Just asking guests like some cool questions, you know?
Yeah, just having a cool discussion or whatever.
Yeah. All right. But I got a good amount of them, so we're going to we're going to move along here. So my first one and most important one is, I feel like I've already answered this, so I'm not going to, but what are fighting games to you?
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Before I met you, fighting games were just a fun party game. I played Super Smash Bros. The first, Melee and Brawl intensely with all of my family. I have a bajillion cousins, a ton of siblings, and we all just spent all our time playing it. But now, after I met you, I kind of come to understand the complexities of it. It's really about fine-tuning your motor skills and becoming really good at something through practice. And when you get it, it feels really satisfying.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So I guess fighting games have evolved just from something that's fun
It's
and
like
a group
the top
activity.
fizz of a fresh sody bop.
Yes, sody bop.
Yeah, sody bop.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yes, it's that top layer of foam
Oh man.
that you get to enjoy.
Oh man.
And when you destroy your opponent, it's the last sip.
Yeah, and then you can teabag them.
Yeah, of course. You can't forget the good old tea bags.
Yeah.
That never changes.
Yeah. All right. So I've already answered that question pretty much by talking. So
yeah,
I'm
your
gonna
love is undeniable.
Yeah, absolutely. I like them. They're okay. Fighting games are all right. They're like the worst.
Don't
genre,
even
maybe.
try to lie about it. You love fighting games.
All right. So your top 3 favorite games that are fighters in some way. So they don't necessarily have to be like Marvel vs. Capcom. They can be a fighter in some way. But like, what do you think are your 3? And they like, I know they change.
Okay.
But like right now in your life, what are your like what's your dealio, girl?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Hey girl, what's
you about?
Hey girl, what's your 3 favorite fighting games?
What's you about?
Okay,
you yelling that across the street to me, trying to flirt with me. Like, what's your 3 favorite fighting games?
Well, it's important because I won't date you if they're not good.
Oh, Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
well, fuck. I might get broken up with right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Live.
But I don't think mine are super creative that I can think of right now. I think that they're just straightforwardly fighting games. But I love Skullgirls. It's one of the few existing fighting games that are fully 2D animated.
Oh yeah.
And I think, it's just, it has the most frames of any fighting game ever.
It's beautiful.
And I follow Muriel Cartwright. I love her art so much. And she's the lead animator, lead character, designer. And
A good shout out, dude.
Yeah, dude, there you go. Well, she doesn't need any shout outs. She's got so much work to do. But she just does such a great job matching animation with frame data, because for every move, whether it be like a quick poke, right, or a heavy, which is like a longer animation, so I'm speaking about this from a artist standpoint, you have to match that up with how many frames you have from a technical aspect. So the fact that Skullgirls accomplished it so artistically, like amazingly,
it's a beautiful game.
I think I really admire that.
Underappreciated and beautiful. If you've never played Skullgirls, please go check it out ASAP. It's great for casual players.
Oh, for sure. I wish there was like higher competitive play.
One day.
Hopefully one day. Indivisible's coming out soon, and that's
not a fighting game, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But anyways.
All right.
What's number 2?
So number 2, I just segue once again from beauty to beauty.
Yeah.
I really like Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Revelator 2 just came out.
Yeah.
So tasty.
And that same studio is making the new DBZ.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Game,
we're talking about that. Like, hold your horses.
Okay, I won't get into that very much, but
some Dragon
it's really
Ball.
hard. But but just obviously the game's beautiful. It's got an amazing art style. I just love those 3D models that are rendered to look so 2D, and it's masterfully done. Yeah,
Guilty Gear Revelator 2 is super cool. My girl Biken is looking good in it. I'm really enjoying the game.
You've been kind of delving into it, trying to get a little bit more competitive with
just
it, right?
Competent. I'm not gonna like go to tournament, but I'd like to like just understand it. But yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, the mechanics intimidate me personally.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's super fast paced, but it's not easy. Is the thing. Like, I liked the Persona fighting game because it was fast but easy.
Easier, yeah.
And I could just do like square combo.
Also a good game.
Yeah.
But all right. So what's your third?
At Street Fighter 5.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Specifically Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, specifically Street Fighter 5. You get a good ass Nikali.
Yeah. Okay, that'll come up. I think we're gonna be talking about probably our favorite Street Fighter characters later.
Yeah.
But I am just so happy once again with the art direction. You know what? I think I'm being redundant, but I'm an artist, so I maybe just appreciate.
Wait, are you an artist?
I'm an artist.
Do you draw anything?
I don't know if you've noticed, but like sometimes I doodle in the margins of my notebooks.
My problem is like whenever I start to draw, I use the pencil, right? But I always have the eraser end first, and like I get confused, so then I just give up.
No, that's fair. I mean, drawing's hard.
So you so Street Fighter 5, yeah. I'm gonna chime in.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna go for my 3 favorite top.
Oh yeah, return the question. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start with like Smash 4. I love Smash Brothers. God damn, is Smash 4 good?
Yeah.
You got a huge roster. You got great characters. You got my boy Mega Man in there. He's my boy. You got Cloud from Final Fantasy. You got Ryu from Street Fighter, which we've been talking about. I can't
putting Cloud. There's no Goku and
you just give us some time. You wait for that Nintendo Switch port.
It's probably gonna happen.
It's gonna be good.
Now the DBZ game's coming out.
Yeah. Stop talking about DBZ.
I'm sorry,
because Smash 4 right now.
Okay, Smash. There's
no Goku in Smash.
Mega Man's in Smash. That's exciting.
He kill everybody.
Capcom.
All right, except for Kirby, because Kirby's invincible. But I love Smash 4. I've been competitive in Smash 4 for a long time. I'm like alright at Smash 4. I'm not like amazing, but I've got some good friends at Smash 4.
You got some fierce competition in Savannah,
Georgia, where we live currently, and Smash 4 is a great game. It does frustrate me a little bit because people kind of look at it for base value, but the mechanics...
They poop on it because they poop on Nintendo. Because it's a baby game.
And the mechanics are really deep, deeper than any other Smash game, in my opinion. The ledge mechanics, the small tactical abilities you can use for each character. It's just really just fun. And it's an amazing party game. Everybody loves Smash Brothers. And you can play 8-player Smash on there, which is just vomit-inducing, and I love it. And then, of course, surprise, Street Fighter V. I've been playing Street Fighter since old school Street Fighter.
Fighting game.
Been playing Ultra Street Fighter 2, Final Challengers, all that good stuff. But Street Fighter 5, it's got Mika in it. It's really fun. It's got a lot of controversy, which I like because like people like to, we can debate.
Get angry.
Yeah, get angry
about video games.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Get angry about video games. It's really important. Not politics. Not our awful president. Get
angry about Street Fighter.
Yeah. But Street Fighter 5, I love it. I love the music. I love the presentation. I love the characters. And I really like watching competitive play. I like that watching people break each other down and whittle it and being able to whittle the opponent down, being able to follow everything. And then
make your opponent cry.
My last fighting game, I stayed up so late last night thinking about what number 3 would be because I love so many games. I was like, do I choose Project Justice? Do I choose Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Do I choose,
Nidhogg?
Nidhogg is a great fighting game. That game is
I forgot about that game just until right now.
Do I choose
Nidhogg?
Do I choose Dive Kick? But the game I decided to choose is Bushido Blade 2. And if none of you have ever played Bushido Blade 2, it is an amazing game that never really got a follow-up after 2. It got some shitty kind of follow-ups that weren't good.
Bring back Bushido Blade.
But Bushido Blade, apparently there's a game coming out soon that's kind of like it, but it's just a really fun game. I'm not going to go on a spiel about it, but essentially what it is it's a one-on-one 3D fighter in which you choose a goddamn sharp-ass weapon.
You choose a blade. A Bushido Blade.
A Bushido Blade. And it's one-hit kill. So you get hit in the head or the chest, you die.
Most swords.
But if you get hit in a limb, then you lose the use of that limb. So it breaks down your defenses. And every weapon has a two-handed and a one-handed style.
Yeah, so you're just left fighting with your left foot.
And it is
not really.
And it is hype. You can throw sand in your opponent's face. You can do plunging attacks. And terrain is
really important.
And because all my friends make fun of me because I always want to play it on game night, and they're just like, motherfucking Bushido Blade 2 again.
Yeah, everyone's like, what do you guys want to play? Not you, Leon. You want to play Bushido Blade. We know.
Yeah, and I only say 2. 1 is good as well, and they introduce like some gun mechanics in it, which I don't like.
I love guns.
But I know you do, Master Chief, so chill out. But no, Bushido Blade 2, I just like there's more stages, more characters, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's move on. I
can't believe he's moving on from Bushido Blade.
I know, it's been tough. What are your 3 favorite fighting game characters, Jen?
Okay. So, I got this. Wait, let me pretend to think. Let me pretend to think. Okay, I got this. Uh-huh. So, like, Kirby, Sword Kirby, Fire Kirby.
That's 3.
Mike Kirby, Cook Kirby. A Dive Bomb Kirby? That's not a Kirby.
What's Dive Bomb Kirby? You mean Jet Kirby?
Beam Kirby. Okay. Bomb Kirby. Cutter Kirby.
What others? Because that's more than 3.
Kirby.
All right.
Kirby. He's the
great. Good use of airwaves.
No, okay, no problem. Okay, so no, for real though. Okay, so my favorite characters it does include Kirby, but
oh really?
Ben Nakali from Street Fighter V, his character design is excellent because all his like stupid scars / like tattoos, tribal markings are the Street Fighter V. And I think that's an amazing, because he's a little bit of the poster child, because he's like the antagonist, the story
he's the
protagonist.
season 1 story antagonist.
Yeah. So I think that's super cool that they designed him so well to also match the release of a new Street Fighter game. And I like Peacock from Skullgirls. I think she's also well designed. She's just an old-timey cartoon. What's not to like?
Yeah, she's great.
She just calls pianos from the sky to destroy you.
Yeah.
And not even Ryu can show you can, I don't know, an old-timey imminent falling piano.
Sure, just get ink on your hands.
Yeah, of course. And that's 3.
Okay.
I have more, but I will stop.
Well, you could just fill them all with Kirby. So my top 3 favorite fighting game characters are pretty much my Street Fighter mains. So in Street Fighter 5, I'm going to start with Street Fighter Third Strike. I played Makoto, angry little kung fu girl. Awesome.
She's great.
Big ass feet, kick you in the junk. Really cool. She's not afraid to punch you in the dick.
I miss her. Do you think she'll make it to Street Fighter 5?
I think that she will, but I don't think she'll be season 3. I think she'll come in eventually. And then my Street Fighter 4 main was T-Hawk. He is very racistly odd.
Yeah, T-Hawk.
He is a
You
giant.
love him.
Yeah, I love him. He's so weird. He is this massive 8-foot muscular dude who is like Zangief but can fly for some reason. And he is a Mexican Aztec Indian from Mexico, maybe. And
his origins are ambiguous.
His origins are ambiguous.
As ambiguous as the person that researched him to create him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And his name's T-Hawk. Which stands for Thunderhawk, but I just always call him Thomas Hawk or Tomahawk or Timmy Hawk.
That makes sense.
Or,
Timmy Hawk.
Timmy Hawk. Good old, hey guys, I'm Timmy Hawk.
I love that.
And he is named T-Hawk, but when he wins, a bald eagle comes down and lands on his shoulder. So he's a little confusing. But I love him because he is really fun to troll with. And also, I will say, 2013, I woke up ultra killed the shit out of Flo, who is a professional fighting game player with T-Hawk's super grab, and there was salt everywhere, all over the floor.
Yeah, I remember you coming back to me and being so proud. I'm like, I destroyed this guy's life.
Yeah.
In the stupidest way possible.
Well, he was playing Cammy and he threw out like a spinning kick.
Oh, he was playing Cammy too?
And I did it like full screen.
That's amazing.
And I'm like,
that's so
as
funny.
I'm spinning the fucking controller
Wait, is it the one
stick,
that goes across the bottom of the stage?
Yeah. I'm like, as he's coming at me and I'm entering the
animation?
the pile driver attack, I'm like,
you were like crying on the inside because you knew how bad it was.
I'm just like, yes,
I love it.
come to my fists. Okay, and then my favorite fighting game character of all time is Rainbow motherfucking Mika.
Oh,
she
yeah,
is the lady with the power. And most guys, when I tell them I love Mika, the student of Zangief, they're like, oh yeah, she's got big ass titties and a nice old ass. I'd like to get on that. My interest in Mika is not because she is a beautiful woman, because she is.
So respectful. This is my boyfriend.
I love her because she is the female version of what Zangief is. She's a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
She's running around with
loud and proud,
not that much clothes on, screaming into her mic, tagging her partner Nadeshiko in, just slamming the shit out of your face into the fucking ground. And she's like a pro wrestler. And if you like wrestling, which everybody pretty much does, in some iteration, you are gonna like her because she is extreme. And I love her. She's kicking ass with her ass.
Yeah, she'll like rip your dick off with her cheeks.
And she didn't give a fuck about you.
No,
she just wants.
Well, no, she's nice.
Yeah, she's super nice. Actually.
She is really nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's my favorite. I love her. She's just a great character for a lot of reasons, and I love that people hate her because that makes me even happier.
You're such a troll.
Yeah. So okay, how about a character that you wish was in a fighting game?
Okay, so. With the new MVC,
Infinite,
I am really nervous because I was really excited about the original leaked list, but now
it's Blackwell and
Phoenix,
right?
Yeah. Because Ace Attorney is maybe like top 3 favorite games of all time.
It's probably
for me.
one of the best video games ever made, honestly.
Yes.
I mean,
I love it. If you guys get a chance, it's not a fighting game at all. It's a visual novel.
Yeah, we're gonna have an episode about those kind of games, so don't go on too much of a tangent.
That's fair. I won't explain Ace Attorney at all, but I love that this visual novel lawyer character is in a fighting game. with like MVC3.
MVC3, yeah.
And it seems like he won't even make a return, like just Phoenix Wright for Infinite.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous
about that. The Infinite roster's kind of poopy, but the gameplay's fun.
Yeah.
Even though it looks like a hot turd.
I didn't believe Leon
I don't
until
give a
I
fuck
looked
what
last
F-Champ
night,
says.
but it
That
does
game looks
look
like
kind
trash.
of bad.
Yeah.
It does. Really
but
bad.
It's visually. We're gonna get to that in a minute, though.
Yeah. But anyway, so yes, I want Phoenix Wright and Infinite. I really, really wanted Blackwell in Infinite, like in addition to Phoenix Wright in the leaked list, but I don't even know if my blue boy will be in there. Yeah. So please put my blue boy in there.
Put blue boy in. All right, so you got Phoenix Wright.
Mm-hmm. Me. What about you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me. I'm gonna go. My answer is gonna be themed around Smash Brothers because when they voted for what characters to get in,
that's true.
I did vote for Bayonetta, and she got in, and I love her.
I love
even
Bayonetta.
though she's really annoying to fight. I love Bayonetta. She's
great.
You've
created a little bit of a monster.
I have, but and I don't even play her, but I love her.
Yeah.
All right, but the characters that I wish were in some sort of fighting game, specifically Smash Brothers, but really just put them in something cool, is Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is an amazing character, so well designed. He would
good job, Yacht Club Games.
Yacht Club Games is amazing. Shovel Knight is amazing. I love that game. I love that character. I love that music. Shovel Knight music in Smash Brothers with the Shovel Knight stage and him in there would be so good.
Yeah, I like his design on the amiibo.
Yes,
stand.
And that brings me to my next character, who is pretty much all the exact same reasons, which is Shantae. Shantae.
That's a good point.
Is WayForward has done an amazing job with Shantae. If you haven't played those games, play them. Shantae is super overlooked and so good. That music is amazing. The gameplay is amazing. They have so many ways to play the game digitally on almost every platform. It's amazing.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good plugin.
Yeah.
Because Shantae is tragically
WayForward,
overlooked.
hire me. I'll be your hype man.
Yeah.
And then finally, Simon Belmont from Castlevania. He's like Konami's character. We've had a Konami character in Brawl.
Uh-huh.
And Simon Belmont would be great. He could be like a slow-moving dude. My friend John Golden and I have talked about this a lot. He was featured on Choose My Own Adventure podcast recently. So you've probably heard him before.
Oh, I thought you meant Simon Belmont, and I was like, I do not remember him.
Yeah. Yes, he has killed Dracula, and he is going to kill you.
He beat the campaign.
Yeah. No, Simon Belmont, my coworker and I geek out about this all the time, would make just an amazing thing.
Smash
and if they had that, like, Castlevania 2 sucks, but Simon Belmont's cool, and like Castlevania's cool, and also if they put that Castlevania 2 music in there, like the dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
you know, the Render of Blood or whatever it's called. It's so tight. But yeah, so those are my three.
I think that would work. Also, he could just be styled or modeled similarly to all the Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah,
like dramatic and
exactly.
Looking, so it works out.
All right, so we are going to move on to. Salt.
Next question. Oh.
Yeah, salt. What is salt? Because you might hear me use that term, but salt is in all video games. And when someone gets so incredibly upset, they are salty.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I think that term has broken out of like fighting games.
It's broken. It pretty much originated in fighting games, bled into as salt does contaminate everything.
Yeah.
Bleed into other games and then into life.
Yeah, it's kind of just in media now. I've heard random people who maybe don't play too many video games use that term.
If you ever see a Smash player literally stand up and spike their controller into the concrete, which is very satisfying to watch in person.
He's very salty.
Yeah, he is. He's an ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jen, can you tell me what is your, in recent memory or distant memory, your most salty moment?
Okay. God, I can be a real petty bitch.
Or your experience with salt.
I can be a real salty bitch. But
yes,
actually, one of my
always
favorite.
A salty bitch. I just want to put that on the table. It says on recording.
I'm fucking gonna stab you, but in a fighting game, except it's not gonna happen.
Get on with it.
Okay, so. Actually, as salty as I am, as just formally said, one of my favorite salt memories actually doesn't involve me, like being the salty person. It involves my friend Nick.
Out?
Yeah,
Nick
I'm calling you out, Nick Ferranda, son of E Ferranda. But one day we were playing. This was years ago, but we were playing Skullgirls, and my friend Nick, great Skullgirls player. That's his game. He loves Skullgirls.
Yeah, Nick is a great Skullgirls player.
He really is. You should practice and, I don't know, participate in the very tiny scene. But yes, he loves playing Skullgirls, but I was trouncing him one day. I don't know what I ate. I don't know what I put in my cereal, but I was
Probably
destroying
drank a tall
him.
glass of Tang.
But then I had to go to class. And the thing is that Nick also had class. And we used to go to the same college with the same, like, I think $300 per class, like, sort of payment. And I wasn't going to skip that class like a responsible student, but Nick was so salty. He skipped class all day just practicing combos. And when I came home at the end of the day, he just was waiting for me with his goddamn stick, staring at the front door. And as I like put my backpack down, he's like, Jen, get over here. I challenge you to a match.
Ooh, the Samurai Showdown.
I know, right? Which is incredibly inappropriate because I'm covered in like India ink after a long day of just fucking drawing comic books, and Nick is trying to like destroy me, which I can't beat this. Like, this is a man who has nothing to lose. You know, really,
He's
like,
bet it all.
Exactly. He
All
skipped the
chips
whole
in.
day. The full.
He doesn't care if he fails a $3,000 class. He's like, fuck Jen.
Yeah.
I'm going to combo her.
Which I
to
don't
the moon and
disagree.
back.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Yeah.
So that's
For
exactly
real.
what he did. I fucking lost. The height of my glory was very brief, and I only reigned for a few minutes, but I'd like to say that my subjects appreciated me while I was at the top. But Nick, once again, took back his Skullgirls crown, and he's had it ever since. So,
Yeah.
good for you, Nick. But that is a devotion that I can't muster.
Yeah, I feel that. No, the drive there is hard to match. All right, for me,
Yeah.
my salty moment,
Your
there's been a lot of salty moments that have been hilarious that I've been involved in, but I want to talk about my personal most salty moment that actually made me stronger. So this was my first. I'm laughing.
No, I just think it's
motherfucker.
funny. Go, go, go.
I'm powerbomb you.
Go.
Okay, so during my very first Street Fighter 4 like competitive tournament, again at final round because we're close to it, it's a great tournament. I went, and I wasn't very good at Street Fighter 4 at the time, and my character T-Hawk was also really low tier, and it was before he got patched to be better. So my first match was against a professional player named Flash Metroid, and Flash
yeah,
Metroid had a I did too. Flash Metroid had a big crew with him. He had some of the most notorious trolls in the fighting community with him, like F-Champ and whatnot. And he played Makoto, who was a character that I had been trying to learn for competition but couldn't really get a handle on. But I've been watching a lot of his videos and tutorials and sort of like, you know, was really excited to be able to play this guy that I've been watching on the internet. And, you know, big, you know, country boy in the big city kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. You were like the best samurai in your village.
Yeah, exactly. I was the hometown hero.
And you were going to defeat the other samurais.
I was going to take down the Shogun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not that good, but like he was at my skill level at that time, he was really good. And so anyways, I got destroyed. I got like publicly executed in front of his whole entire crowd. I think he got a perfect on me one round. And it was
peed on you?
Yeah, he peed on me hard. You know, there was 7 golden letters everywhere.
Shit.
And I was so fucking mad. And like I didn't say anything, and I went to shake his hand, and he denied me the handshake, and he looked right at me and he said, "Bro, you're fucking free. I don't even know why you play this game. You should just
Holy
go home."
shit.
I'm like a new guy. I don't have any friends there.
Oh my god.
And if Flash Metroid for some reason you're listening to this, you know, it'd be really nice. I'd appreciate an apology because that was super rude. And I was like, imagine if I was like a person who was like not driven and like that's not how you get new players into the FGC.
No,
that's toxic. And I get like the hype and the trolling and stuff like that, but I didn't do anything to slight him.
I forgot about this story.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be an underdog story.
No,
but
it's
you
not.
just got destroyed.
I got destroyed, and that made me really upset. And I just like didn't come down out of the hotel room for the rest of the event because I was so salty. I wanted to break my controller.
Shit.
You know, it was just like, why do I play this game? But then I got better, and better and better, and I'm just like, I hope I get put with him again.
Yeah,
so
I'm about to say,
him.
you better play Flash Metroid again.
I've
and
never.
Just destroy
He
his
doesn't
whole
come to
life.
tournaments as much as he used to, but I've never been matched up against him again. I always get like the best player. I always fight like fucking Daigo or like Infiltration or somebody
those
like
guys
that.
Are free. Joking,
Yeah,
just joking.
Daigo's free. Yeah, who are you, Nyan?
Jeez, stop, please.
Uh,
Don't say that.
Yeah, nobody knows who Nyan is, but he's our other Street Fighter buddy.
I adore him.
We're not going to talk about him right now. I'm going to have him on the show, and then you can get to know him. But yeah, so anyways, I lost to him really hard, and I am way better than I used to be. So here's going on public notice. If I ever fight Flash Metroid again in a tournament, I'm coming after you. Even if I lose, I'm going to restore my dignity.
It's a bounty on your head now. Boom.
Yeah, but yeah, so seriously, man.
Why you gotta be so mean,
You're a
though?
jerk,
Why you hurt
dude.
my feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So, what is, your least favorite fighting game?
Melee.
Melee. We just lost half our audience. Thanks.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is a girl's opinion anyway, so she doesn't know anything.
Yeah, she's a fake gamer girl, guys.
Yeah.
Although I super agree with
yeah.
her. It's not my least favorite fighting game.
I'm sorry. I think it's so, because I grew up with Smash Bros. 2, and I actually really support the Smash community in getting Nintendo to support Smash more the way that Capcom does, and other companies
Yeah,
support
Nintendo really
their
needs to
fighting
get
games.
on supporting their fighting games.
But probably partially because of the Melee crowd. I'm sorry. It's just...
They're very toxic at tournaments.
It's not a good way to support a company that is, like, really inclusive.
Yeah, the company doesn't like the Melee scene because you're toxic. Being aggressive, spiking controllers, being like upset when your game doesn't get... I mean, like the very first year that Smash 4 was run in tournament, the Melee people literally booed the winner of Smash 4 off stage.
Oh, that's so mean. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but Melee is like... I get why people like it. My brother, who is like the coolest dude I know.
See, I don't even get why people like it. So
yeah,
Leon
that's
has
why
sympathy.
it's her least favorite. But
I don't,
because I like Melee to a degree.
It looks so ugly and it looks
an
so
older
outdated.
Game. It is outdated.
Yeah, and
but
it's just there's a newer version that you don't like flash flip flop flippity dance off the stage because you're moving
to get your
so
scoop,
fucking
dibbity
fast.
doop? Yeah.
Jesus, I once saw this goddamn comparison like video of Marth's grab making a Yoshi and the Yoshi still standing like the same distance apart, and like Yoshi's fucking tongue couldn't reach Marth from that distance. Like, why is Marth's grab so far? Okay, I'm ranting about the wrong
But
things
yeah,
now.
and my thing, just to expand on your thing,
Yeah,
is
go for it.
is I love Melee as a party game. I think it's super fun. I like how fast it is.
Yeah, dude.
I like just like inputs when they come is really cool. Like it makes it different than other fighting games. My big problem with the Melee community, not the community, sorry, the game, is that there are like maybe 3 viable characters out of the whole roster. Bowser's unfinished, Donkey Kong's unplayable, and if you say, well, Leon, Hungry Box plays Jigglypuff, and like What's His Nuts plays Samus, or like
What's His Nuts, my
yeah,
favorite.
or like
fighting
Other
game.
Nuts plays Pikachu. It's like, man, that's because those people dedicate their fucking lives to that game.
Yeah,
if you
dude.
look at the win percentage of characters in Melee, I bet you the top 80% at least is Marth and Fox. Like, no questions asked. Like, a character like
Jesus.
Yoshi, yeah, maybe a god tier level player like M2K or something could like maybe do something with Yoshi.
Maybe.
But like, I mean, sure, there's always in fighting games people playing low tier characters kicking the shit out of people because people don't have the matchup data for it. But like, the tier list is so incredibly unbalanced. If you look at a fighting game and you see a varied number of players playing varied characters, that makes a game interesting to watch as a spectator sport. Now, if that game's roster was perfectly balanced, it would probably be incredibly entertaining for me to watch. And back when it was really valid, I was super into watching it. But It's been so many years now, and it's just like I've seen, Fox mirror matches literally thousands of times, and I know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Fox is gonna win.
Fox is gonna win.
Maybe Captain Falcon if the day is good, because he's my fave. So
yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's your least favorite fighting game.
Jesus.
My least favorite fighting game, at least currently, is Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Okay.
Sorry, Edwin, my buddy boy who loves
And
Marvel. Royale and all our other Marvel vs. Capcom fans. And here's why. It's because MVC 1 and 2 are amazing games. and MVC2 specifically is a super amazing game. And MVC3 has an amazing roster of characters. You got Phoenix Wright, you got Firebrand, Wolverine's looking damn good. You've got all these cool characters. Even Doctor Doom, who I see all the time, looks damn good. Like, he's fun. Although game went to 3D sprites, I'm not a fan of that for Marvel. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom made it look pretty good, but just something about it doesn't look good. My big issue though is that it's so unbalanced that, like, if I want to run a team with my 3 favorite characters, if they're not top tier, I cannot beat Virgil. Like, and I know people say get good.
I can't beat Virgil.
Yeah.
Your eternal
like, I know people
struggle.
say get good. Like, I get that. But, like, just give me a combo breaker. And that's why, like, I'm interested in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because I don't like, you know, I have, like, Phoenix Wright and, like, Firebrand and Okami Amaterasu on my team. And it's just, like, that's not my team, but it's one of the teams I like. And it's just, like, that team's not viable. And, like, then I get comboed by Doctor Doom and dive kicked. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the kitchen and get a snack because this isn't fun. You know, but yeah, anyways, so we're going to wrap up the questions now, with, I want to know what your dream fighting game is.
Oh, my dream fighting game?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is really exciting. Okay, so if I could have a dream fighting game, I am going to go back to my faves. I guess I just rep my faves really hardcore, but I'd make an Ace Attorney fighting game. It'd be called Trial by Combat.
Hell yeah.
And it'd be sick because I guess, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you could pick an assist character, but they'd be like your assistants from the game. So you could pick like Maya or Pearl or Kay, and it would just have the whole roster, like defense attorneys and prosecutors and assistants, and you could play, like, I don't know.
What about detectives like Gumshoe?
Oh, maybe they'd be assist characters as well.
They could be in the background too.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure what the limitations would be, because I almost want you to be able to main Maya. Like, wouldn't that be really cool?
Yeah, I would absolutely main Maya.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, I also kind of like them still, like, remaining in character by being assists.
Yeah.
But that just feels so limiting. Like, I don't want to make you not be able to main Maya.
Yeah.
And also, there are, like, weird instances where defense attorneys or prosecutors become your assistant, like, in-game. So where are the lines blind, like, where are the lines blurred? So I haven't worked out all the technicalities yet, but I feel like that sounds just amazing. Like,
yes.
I want my lawyers to just punch each other in the face.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they want that.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm down. That sounds like a great
okay.
game.
Come on, Capcom. Give me that money.
So my dream fighting game is really
not as good as mine.
Probably not. But it's a lot simpler. It's pretty predictable for someone like me. It's Capcom versus Nintendo or cross Nintendo. So what I imagine is a game with all the Nintendo characters and Capcom characters that we all love. Whoever, you know, I love all those characters. So just like throw obscure characters in there or throw whoever. But I want it designed like a super technical Smash Brothers with a tag mechanic. So like if you've got like, it's like a King of the Hill thing with percentages, but like it has as much technicality as Street Fighter does. Okay. And then like it has you have meter that you can build.
Okay.
You have meter that you can build, and you can use that to tag in other characters that also share your percentage. So it's got some of that MVC in there.
Okay.
And
wait, so is meter just for tagging in and out?
No. You can use EX moves and ultras and stuff like that. And it'd be like a 2-round kind of thing. And the stages would be more simple, or like, I don't know, they'd have to play with some of the game design.
Yeah.
But it would have that appeal to like really, really old school technical fighting game players and also Smash players. And like, for me, I just love to see all those characters in one game and just sort of have like a new hybrid version of like what makes fighting games great.
Dude, I'm sure
it could be just a mess, but this is my dream fighting game. So in my brain, it's perfect.
Yeah. No, actually, there's a ton of reasons why that's a really good idea, because there's a ton of people, like casual people, who play Smash Bros. Casually. So this could be like their baby steps into more technical fighting games. Also, Capcom supports fighting games like a ton, right?
Yeah.
So they support this, even though Nintendo doesn't have a history of supporting their fighting games. So yeah, that sounds amazing.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Yeah. Let's see here. So just to sort of like start to wrap things up here, I want to just talk about what the fighting game hype is right now. So like what should you be looking out for currently? Yeah. So I made a little list here, and I'm just going to say a little blurb, and if you want to comment on them, go ahead. And I'm going to end with like the one that we've all been waiting to talk about. So first off is the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite demo just came out.
Yep.
Game looks visually awful. Come on, Capcom, get it the fuck together. Like, this shit looks bad. It's a fucking mobile game. Like, I don't care if your final build looks better. It just looks ugly.
Yeah, I don't think they got texturing right. The textures look really weird.
It looks like a fucking DeVry University, like, quick fix, like, day one Maya shit.
I think they might
although some characters look great, like the robot characters and stuff, they look pretty good.
Yeah,
I like
but
them.
even them,
like Ultron Sigma looks nice.
Yeah, okay, I
but
completely agree with
like
that.
Thor looks like shit. Dante, Chris Redfield, bad. But the game is fun. I played the demo. The tag system is sick. I think the game's going to be fun. It's going to be awful to look at, but I think the game is going to be a good time. I think they're going in the right direction with the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ARMS just came out for Nintendo Switch.
ARMS.
Yeah, ARMS, sweet. I don't know if it'll hold up in the competitive fighting game community, but that shit is sick. You have to play it to understand why. I played it with my friend Jose and Nick recently. That shit's awesome. My copy came in the mail today. I'm gonna play it after we record.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Nintendo is killing it lately, and God, ARMS is just a sweet IP, and it's just it's like Punch Out but more, which is so cool.
Punch Out but more.
Yeah. All right. So, and then Guilty Gear Revelator 2 just came out.
Yeah.
An enhanced version of Guilty Gear 2 with new characters, new mechanics, tune-ups, patches, blah blah blah. Beautiful game, like we said before.
Jesus.
Check it out. It's like pretty cheap. It's like a brand new game for like $30 or some crazy crap like that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's awesome. Check it out. We need more people playing Guilty Gear. That scene is super cool. Tekken 7 just came out. My friend Alan Snow, great local artist here, one of our good friends, is a big Tekken fan, and he came over to our place. We played the story mode in Tekken 7. I'm not a big Tekken guy. That game is really good. I love Akuma in there. I liked Tekken Tag 2 all right, and like this one just feels like really tuned up. Tekken 7 is like probably my favorite Tekken game. Mm-hmm. It's worth the $60 that it cost, I believe. And it's gonna be valid in the scene for a long time. So if you're more of a 3D fighter guy, if you've been listening to me, like, come on, Leon, like, 2D fighters are not as superior as 3D, which I disagree with. But if you're about those 3D fighters, Tekken 7 is a good one.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Also handsome, very good music.
Yeah. Injustice 2 just also recently came out. I'm not really a superheroes guy, so I wasn't really interested in it. They're adding Sub-Zero for Mortal Kombat, though. He looks cool.
My favorite superhero.
Yeah, he's my favorite superhero, too. But yeah, Injustice 2, I watched the finals on CEO. The game, it looks nice. It's just like, it's really Mortal Kombat-y. It's not like really my thing. My buddy Edwin, bringing him up again, is a big fan. He really loves it. I trust his opinion heavily on fighting games. So he says it's great. Mechanically, it looks great. There's some cool character designs. Other ones, like Scarecrow's cool with his like shtick. Other characters like Cheetah are stupid as fuck. Just a girl that's a cheetah. I don't know. She looks dumb. But
I remember her from the cartoon.
Also, my buddy Jeff, Savannah's fiance, loves Injustice 2, and he's got like a good taste in games. So it's just like, Injustice 2 is all right, in my book.
It might be like you like superhero sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for that crowd, and I think that it's really great. It's getting people who wouldn't normally pick up a fighting game into it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers for Nintendo Switch, came out recently. An upgraded version of Nintendo Super Nintendo's Street Fighter 2, and it is great. It's got Evil Ryu and Violent Ken in it, aka the Violent Ken game, because he's the best character. Hilarious. Got a bunch of good art in there, bunch of good music. Really fun time.
Yeah.
And it's got buddy battles, which is like 2v super hard computer. My buddy Nick and I and Jen here and I played the shit out of that. Super fun.
Dude, hell yeah.
And then the fighting game of the day that I've been wanting to talk about to close things out here with you guys is Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you have not seen this game yet, it is fucking incredible. It's got swag. It's got style. It's got fucking Goku in it.
Yeah.
And it is made by Arc System Works, the Guilty Gear guys. I think it's going to take over the Marvel scene. I'm saying that because I really want it to.
Yeah.
It's got a tag system. It's 3-on-3 tag. Guilty Gear meets Marvel. Sick fighting game. And it is beautiful looking. It's only 20% done. Go watch the gameplay trailer. Go watch the videos. If you are more of a Dragon Ball fan and not a fighting game fan, still check it out.
Yeah, that's so fun.
I will say this. If you love the 3D Dragon Ball games, I'm more of a Budokai fan. If you love the Tenkaichi series or Xenoverse 2 or whatever, this game might not be for you. This game is being made by this wonderful woman. I unfortunately cannot remember her name. I will put it in like the notations later. Working for Arc System Works, who wants to make a Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Well, not just Z, a Dragon Ball fighting game for fans of fighting games and fans of Dragon Ball. And that is something that we've needed for a long time. And it's going to have Dragon Ball Super guys in it, like Golden Frieza. And it's going to have Dragon Ball Z dudes in it, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And it's going to have Dragon Ball guys in it, hopefully like Kid Goku. Or
Yay!
like, someone like King Piccolo. Who knows? But it's going to be toasty. It's going to be delicious. And I cannot wait for that game. Even if I suck at it, I'm going to play the shit out of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just looks like it'd probably be a good party game.
Yes.
Like, for the crowd.
Yeah, and it's like 3D models that look like sprites. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, Jen, I think that, we've talked a lot about fighting games today.
Yeah.
And
it's been the topic of the hour.
Before we wrap things up, is there anything that you'd like to say? Do you want to tell people where they can find your art or anything about yourself?
Let's see here. So like I've mentioned, am an artist. So you can find all of my art, my projects at Jennifer P, like potato, Ross with one S.com. That's just my website. And I am gonna be making a webcomic in the future involving the fighting game community about fighting games called Button Mashing. So perfect place to put it in. It's gonna be coming up soon, so keep an eye out on that. And yeah, that's where you'll be able to find me, along with Choose My Own Adventure podcast that this is gonna be attached to. We're gonna be having the rest of the crew probably guest starring.
Absolutely.
In this podcast
Gotta get those
as well.
dudes on there. They're some of my faves.
And our lovely sound guy for Choose My Own Adventure podcast, Grant, is also helping us out with this. So
yeah, we couldn't do it without him.
Of course. Yep. Grant is absolutely stunning. So that's where you're going to be able to find me.
Absolutely. And don't forget about our friend Michael Fox doing the intro music for us, and maybe the outro music too, who knows, at Ambassador Fox with 2 X's at SoundCloud. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. This has been EX Podcast. I'm Leon, and my guest has been Jennifer Pucciet Ross.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for the listen, guys. You can find more information and episodes through the Choose My Own Adventure podcast website or iTunes. One big thing is if you want me to talk about a specific game or subject,
mail it to us. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not telling these people where I live.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, just leave it in a review on iTunes. It would help me a lot. It would help Choose My Own Adventure a lot.
Even if it's a criticism.
Yeah, I'm okay with you critiquing me if you hate me. That's cool. Just tell me it. Just be honest.
Yeah,
just be honest with yourself. I don't like gossip and behind the back talk. I'm not a gossip.
Yeah. Comment on the forums.
Comment to my fucking face. But yeah, no. And if you'd like to be a guest, just, also get in contact with me and we'll figure something out. But anyways, yeah. So any suggestions on iTunes in the comments, any suggestions on actual episode topics, because video games are vast. And with that said, let me leave you with a little Tatsumaki Seppuku! Alright guys, thanks for listening. Did you sneeze? Is that a Hadoken? That's the worst Hadoken I've ever
trying.
heard.
You do a Hadoken. I bet it sounds...
Hadoken!
Oh god, that sounds like you're pooping.
I shit my pants every time I use it.
That's